Hello and welcome to the NASC Nationals here in Essex on a gloriously sunny day. We're looking forward to an awful lot of fun today. The rumble of V8s has been heard since I don't know when this morning, and we are waiting to be joined by our own hot rodding legend John Price, who should have been here some time ago this morning. Oh dear.
Oh Rich, oh man, I'm so sorry I'm late. We had a real fantastic party here. It was the start party last night, the Millennium Party here at the Nationals. And I'm not really certain that I enjoyed myself, or did I?
Rumour has it that you were seen by a few people to be enjoying yourself.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Did I get out of hand? Was I really bad?
Talking big scale.
Really?
Very big.
I can't really believe I did all those things last night. It couldn't have been me, possibly.
I think you're going to have to try hard to forget some of this.
Oh no, I'm so
Look,
sorry.
the fun's going to carry on all day here today, and already, even this early, there's a very special atmosphere. There's something in the air today. What's going on?
It really is special, Rich, because this is the 25th anniversary Nationals, and we have seen here this weekend the build-up. It's going to be the biggest ever. We've never seen so many cars, trucks and hot rods so early on in the meeting. It's very, very special. And
you've got some pretty special events going off today that we're going to take a look at.
We have, yeah, and you're going to be a little bit shocked by this, because first of all, we're going to be having a look at a wedding.
A wedding?
We've had a real wedding here at the Nationals. Yeah, two people have got married here, and I was a little bit dubious about the vicar. Didn't look quite right to me, but we will be having a look at that.
All right.
And then we're going to be having a look at one of the biggest cruises we've ever seen. The police are in control of that. They're going out round the streets here in Essex. Absolutely phenomenal. And then you are going to be treated to something really special.
Okay.
That's the burnout competition.
I like that.
Burn rubber.
Plenty of noise, plenty
of smoke. Lots of noise. Make sure you got your earplugs in.
Well, we're going to look forward to all of that here today, but did you really say a wedding?
Yeah, we had a real wedding. Wedding cars, bridesmaids, best man. They nearly forgot the ring. Let's have a look at that. You won't believe this. This is the Saturday morning of the Nationals, and we're here at the Essex Showground to enjoy the Nationals, and believe it or not, someone is getting married here. Here comes the bride, looking absolutely divine, and she's off to get married with us here at the Nationals. Good luck, everybody, as we say.
This woman away.
I do.
How much? Sorry. Dearly beloved, we are gathered in top gear today to witness the wedding of Beverly Ann Sharp and Christopher Andrew Froggatt in the eyes of the Ford. And I'm sure that Honda Way they will find many happy years together. Now, if there be anyone here who sees Fiat that there may be any lawful in pedal bike why these two people should not be Chevy happily married, please speak now or hold his piston forever. Anyone? Jolly good, jolly good. In oil slickness and in health, for Richard driving a Rolls Royce, and poorer pushing a Skoda. For as long as you both have MOTs, car insurances and driving licences, we now come to the point, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be joining this lovely couple together in holy matrimony. Do you, Beverly Do you, Beverly Ann Sharp, take this man to be your lawfully wedded hot rodder?
I do.
And do you, Christopher Andrew Froggett, take this woman to be your lawfully wedded backstreet driver? I surely diddly do. By the horsepower investor in me, I now pronounce you man and wife. Christopher, you may now kiss the bride. Round of applause. Sign the ring. Forgotten something, dear. The ring. That'll be later. That's off a Budweiser can as well, isn't it? We'll ask Christopher to put that onto Beverly's finger. Which finger? Say which finger. While he's having trouble putting it on, ladies and gentlemen, they were moving to the left to go on the way side. Is there anybody else here today who's thinking about getting married in the near future? Put your hands up. Anyone? Anyone getting married in the near future, thinking about it? Because if you are, remember one thing, always get married at 9 o'clock in the morning, because if it doesn't work out, at least you haven't wasted the whole day. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, we will now ask Christopher and Beverly to take a step to my left to sign the registry book. Thank you.
Well, Rich, we've been here for a little while now. Any cars that have really taken your fancy?
Well, there's no shortage to choose from. I've seen a few. I've seen a big green Charger. I could live with that, and a Plymouth Prowler. That was I like the big muscle cars. They're my thing.
You like big cars?
Yeah.
Well, I've got to tell you, I've found the perfect car for you.
Okay.
It's down here.
It is smaller than I'd hoped for, John.
Well, I thought it was just sort of like up your street and your size.
Thank you very much. Well, look, if this is too small for me, and it is, there is one guy we know, a familiar face to Kits and Cruising, who loves his tot rods. He knows all about them, and I gather he's lurking around somewhere at the show. Jack, we haven't seen you on the programme in a while. How are you?
I'm okay.
Now, you've been busy with this. Let's come and have a look at this thing. It's your tot rod, but it's kind of a unique thing. What is it?
Well, it's the same car as my dad's, as you can see. It's not really finished yet because we've got to paint all the front of it, and they're fixing it right now, as you can see.
Yeah, now I noticed you corrected yourself from I to we've got to do this, but actually it looks like they've got to, because Jack, you're not doing anything, you're standing here.
One on TV.
Who have we got working on it?
Tony and Daniel.
Okay, Tony, you've done quite a lot of this, I notice. In fact, you've done nearly all of this. What actually have we got here? Talk us through it. What is Jack's Beastie here?
We've got a lawnmower engine connected to a sit-on lawnmower gearbox, centrifugal clutch from a racing go-kart, homemade suspension, homemade exhaust, carburetor off a step-through moped, various conglomerations of bits and bobs, steering column off, I think it's a Fiat Uno. Anything that was lying around has just been used.
Okay, now this has been quite a lot of work. How long has this been worked on?
About a year and a half now.
Okay, we've got the other half, the older half of the deadly duo here. Dan, how are you?
Alright, thanks.
Good. Now, I notice you've actually got oily hands as well, unlike your brother. Well done. Can we just have a look at these oily hands? This man is a working man, doing his job. This has been an awful lot of work. I saw you driving it earlier on. What's it like?
It's excellent. It's quite fast.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got plenty of power, and it is completely unique.
Yeah.
Mind you, being unique, it must make it a bit harder to work on, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is sort of, but because most of them you have just a normal shell just put on, but this one's a like homemade shell altogether.
Well, it's an absolute one-off. It's going to look fantastic when it's done, guys. We better leave it to it. Jack, I don't want you to work too hard. Is he any help at all, guys? Jack, is he any help to you whatsoever?
I'm trying to think.
No, it's
Occasionally.
mostly talking is your department, Jack, I understand. So we'll leave you to stand,
TV.
standing with his clipboard. Jack's in charge. We'll leave you two guys to get on with the work, and we look forward to seeing this when it's finally completed. It's a stunner. Unique. There's no doubting that the NSC Nationals is an opportunity to see some pretty unusual vehicles, and not just cars either. As well as the hot rods, there are pickup trucks, vans, and even the odd bike. But nothing to compare with this guy's steed that we've just caught going past. First of all, what's your name?
Anton.
Anton, what's the name of your steed here?
Ruffles 2.
Ruffles 2. It's a dog. It's a big dog. Why?
Dad wanted to do something different, so
Okay.
he decided to do this.
Yeah, you did do something different. This, as you said, is the work of you and your dad. Underneath it, what is there?
It's a moped.
Right, just a fairly standard moped.
Yeah, fairly standard moped.
Um,
With just a fiberglass body over it with fur attached to it.
A giant dog.
Yeah.
I mean, our response was, I suspect, fairly typical, because we were standing here chatting and this thing came flying past, ears and tongue flapping in the wind. That's the bike, not you, obviously, Anton. And we thought, we've got to talk to you. Why? What does everybody say when they see you?
I just go, wow, where'd you get it from? And
Are you going out on the cruise? There's about 500 or 600 custom cars going around. Are you going to do that on this?
We've been in our kit car, which
Right.
is back at our site.
But you're not going out on
it's
this,
weirder
though?
in this.
You're not going around on this?
No, I can't. It's not road legal.
Right, fair enough. I'm not too surprised. Well, you're nuts, obviously, but it is fantastic, and it's definitely the only one of its kind anywhere. Anton, you're going to ride off on it for us and show us how this thing works. So you've got to get your hands under the ears if you're going to ride a Ruffles 2, obviously. I'll get it cranked up. It's got a very sporty seat on, I noticed, very sort of high back on it. We're not having much luck starting it so far. It's not a very easy thing to start, Anton, is it?
It is,
All right.
normally.
Right, I've got the ignition on now underneath the head there. Oh. Now, I don't want to be too...
Have a look where the exhaust
I was going to say, I don't want to be too obvious about this, but the exhaust is, well, in an appropriate place. Cheers, Anton. Take care on that. I gotta have one. They do say that any pastime taken to its ultimate conclusion becomes something close to lunacy. Well, this whole weekend is proof of it. Think of the time and money spent on the cars. But this is the ultimate proof. A line of people queuing up to destroy their expensive rear tyres in a burnout.
One of the nice things at the Nationals, of course, it is a big, big family affair. And it's nice to have families that are involved at a different level to just the rodding side of things. One of those families is the Key family. And Mike is nearly as old as me, so he's been around here for quite some time. Mike, how did you start your involvement with hot rodding?
I started to work with a guy who was building a hot rod, and I was already interested in photography. and the two sort of went together, and he sort of fired me up into building hot rods and that sort of things, and that was many years ago.
Yeah, I mean, how long ago was that? Come on, let's be really, really honest now, because you don't look older than 24. Just tell me.
30 years ago, I think.
So a long time, and it's just progressed since then, because you're recognised as one of the leading photographers in the business. I mean, does that substantiate your living style, your lifestyle?
Yep, does now. Yeah, I do it June and I do it as a full-time job.
And do you get a lot of fun out of it?
Yeah, lots of fun. Yes.
And what's your view on this year's Nationals?
Well, at the moment, that's just mega, isn't it? It's big, the weather's good, it's going to be great.
And now your son's involved as well.
Yep, he's always been there ever since the age of 6. He's always wanted to play and build cars.
Dad's got a hot rod. You've got a
Ford 62 Consul Capri.
So what's your loving thing about this car?
Well, just take a look. Look at the lines on it. Are just so beautiful. The shape of the windows and the roof line.
How long have you been coming to the Nationals?
Oh God. ever since I was with Dad, probably 25 years ago.
So it's a long involvement for you. And you're now here with your wife Sarah. Do the pair of you get a big kick out of coming along here?
I think I do more than Sarah, but she's coming up to the standard of getting a good kick out of it.
Well, Jack, when we catch up with you at a show, we like to find out what you think of some of the cars. You've picked out this old boiler. What is it?
It's an old pickup truck, I think.
Well, even I know that. Yeah, it's an old van. Why do you like it?
Because I like the engine on it.
Okay.
It's like olden days, and it sticks out. And unlike other hot rods, they don't really stick out. And
that's true. It does look very kind of old-fashioned in there, doesn't it? It is.
Yeah.
That's an old
and
engine.
Normally, hot rods have 4 pipes. They'll have one there, and 2 in the
Yeah.
But this one's only got 3.
Oh. It's definitely got 3. And what else about this? What do you like about the whole shape of the thing?
Well, I like it because it's got a small pickup bit on the back, and
Yeah.
it's got a small indoors thing.
Yeah, cab would probably be a better word. Yeah.
And I really like it because it's like in films they have cars like these.
It's not very shiny though, is it? I thought you liked the big shiny ones.
I don't, because it shows how old it is, if it isn't shiny.
That's very true. So you're a bit of a hillbilly at heart then?
Yeah.
Jack the Hillbilly. I like it. Let's just have a quick look inside, because it does look kind of basic in here as well. Very basic in there, isn't it?
Well, it's quite good because it's got a good seat, and I like it with the dashboard.
Personally, I like the bandana on the steering wheel. Thanks for telling us about it, Jack.
I used to be in the bike trade years ago, and it was a natural progression from there. I did bikes 24 hours a day, then I thought, well, this is getting a bit boring. I started doing cars a little bit. I started that by myself, been doing it 18 years now. Seem to have got a reasonable reputation for myself, so we try and do a good job, that's what counts. We were a lot smaller a couple of years ago. We moved to this premises about 2.5 years ago. At the beginning it was very small scale, just a 2-car garage, and it was all word of mouth. Then we met a chap called Justin who works for a magazine, good friend of mine who's no longer with us unfortunately. But he got us some advertising, it started picking up from there. Now we advertise in the magazines, it's half word of mouth, it's half from the adverts.
I've asked Paul to change out the front suspension unit, got a new cross member, put in vented discs, complete unit out of a 2.8i Capri. The engine's been changed out for a 351 Windsor, which is a 5.7 litre V8 engine, which is vastly upgraded from the old unit. And the old suspension being old geometry and things like that, it's can't put up with the extra stresses put on by the new engine. Paul's worked on it before. He helped in the finishing stages of fitting out the doors and various other bits and pieces. And all the work he's done on it has been really good, which is why I've returned again.
Some jobs come in just for a couple of days or even a couple of hours work just to get something sorted out. Other ones come in for a full rebuild, can be here months, or longer. Got a variety of cars in at the moment. They range from a 63 Chevy pickup truck, which is for a ground up rebuild. We had it back to bare chassis. We started off as a light rebuild, and as usual it progressed into several more jobs than we wanted, but that's okay, it looks really good now. He's had full paintwork, full interior, he's having digital dashboard. Basically it's going to be a new truck that looks like an old truck. That'd be quite nice when it's finished. We've got a 1953 Chevrolet, which was a 4-door sedan. It's now a low-rider. It's 2-door, it's chopped 4 inches, got lowered hydraulic suspension, new paintwork obviously. Lots of little subtle body mods as well, and a complete interior it's going to have. Again, it will go out finished. A lot of cars come down. They come down initially just for a small amount of work. Then they say, okay, well, you can do this, we'll have that done, and they save up a bit more money and have a bit more done, which is okay, but they tend to overlap a little bit. Probably about the best car we've actually built so far between us is the Hearst 59 Chevrolet. A Hearst original actually was a funeral car once in its life. It's got a small block Chevrolet engine and it's supercharged, which isn't the norm, but it is quite common these days. But it's got lots of trick stuff as well. The more you look at the car, the more you'll see. It's got hydraulic suspension, it's got a complete stainless exhaust system, it's got a really wicked stereo that you can't see until we start opening panels up. In the back it's got lift up panels, they're all pneumatics, you can't see any of the linkage, it all works by remote control. It's trick, it's very nice. The exhaust have got flamethrowers built in the end. Probably not completely street legal, but definitely good fun at a car show. Basically they've got spark plugs in the exhaust system right near the end of the pipe. You rev the car up, you hit the switch, it kills the ignition. While the engine's dying, you're still pumping fuel round. When the fuel gets to the end, the spark plugs are alight, flames. Ambition? To become financially stable. It's very hard to make a living. I mean, everyone will think I'm just saying it, but every job is time consuming. You do find it hard to justify how long things take sometimes. Therefore, it's always a bit on a tight budget, financially. I'd like to have my own premises and just keep working, really. Just keep enjoying it. Hope I don't lose that.
John, you're our expert, you've had a good look around, enough cars to choose from. What do you reckon of the standard?
Well, the trouble is, Rich, it's so very, very difficult to choose anything here because the quality, the thing that I noticed coming along here to the Nationals, it is a combination of the hot rodding year and the quality of everything here, the engineering, the paintwork, the design, absolutely superb. Things that we see here would do credit to an American hot rod and custom car show, absolutely superb. And in fact, I would say that there isn't a car here I wouldn't want to take home. Not one. I love all of them. Absolutely superb.
Any car here?
Any car here. Oh, I just love to take them home with me.
Okay, well, you know, we're like you, and we've done something a bit special. We found you a car, and, well, John, it's here. Here's your steed.
This?
Yeah.
This is...
We think, like you, some might say it's a rusty old banger. Others might say it's rugged and utilitarian. Lived in.
Well,
take it,
guys.
Take it. It's yours.
What can I say? I mean, just like thanks so much. You know, it's. I've always wanted one of these, and I bet it doesn't even start. Oh, it does start. So this is for me then, guys. Thank you so much indeed. Bye bye now. Kits and cruising.